Yeah, so I mean, you can see why people end up having really morphed views of, say, like public programs like Medicaid that have 77 million people because they think
Then none of
being
them are working and they're
that,
all, yeah.
yeah, that this is like some fixed group. So same thing with food stamps. Oh, hold on. Yeah, but I mean, same thing with food stamps. Like if there's 40 million people on food stamps, people will conclude, so 40 million people have never held a job. And this mischaracterization of
I would say
poverty,
conflation.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're jumping to the wrong conclusion, or you're going to hear that someone's on food stamps, and you're going to think
That means they've never held a job.
they've never held a job. Yeah, and for what it's worth, when I've tried it, I talk a lot about poverty on my social media channels, where I try to do a lot of, but not like myth busting so much as like, why don't we bring some receipts about what's actually going on? And I've always been overwhelmed by the number of people who will write in the comments their own experience of like, man, my mom left my dad, and like we had to get on food stamps, and like we barely ate, but we at least got out of his house, and it was there for us, and we are exactly this. And the number of people who will write and say, this is something that happened to me, of like something bad happened, and we were poor, but we got out of it. That's the modal experience. I mean, in some ways, what bothers me so much about this misconception is that, like, y'all, America is really resilient. American households are incredibly resilient. The number of people who fall down and pick themselves up is such a success of our economy. I mean, not great that
Yeah,
our
'cause
economy sends so many down, but
Right.
amazing that so many people pop back up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's almost in spite of their government sometimes, because we demonize these people, and we make it, and culturally we're like so ready to judge what is in fact a very common experience. I mean, you're talking to 30-40% of the population is going to have some type of poverty spell, probably a year long.